Hey everybody, Doug here with 2 Plus Stuff, and I went and got another hobby haul. And so in this video, if you haven't seen one of my hobby hauls before, basically, if I happen along a great deal on eBay or Craigslist or something like that, at a screaming price, and it's something that kind of interests me, I just snag it up. I like to do little painting projects and then sometimes resell them, that kind of stuff. And so this is no different. And so what I'm going to do is unpack. I have quite a large set here for this hobby haul, and I think you're going to be surprised by what it is. So let's go to the downward cam and we'll check it out. So here we are on the downward cam, and basically this was an incredible lot of Tau stuff. If you don't know, I occasionally play 40k with my good buddy Ben. He's my favorite opponent to play any games with because he's super knowledgeable about stuff. And basically this lot came up for really dirt cheap. Sorry, my light's kind of flickering there as it tries to adjust. And one thing I'll say is that one thing that interested me about it, I should say, is that most of it's painted. Okay, so this is an army that has really interested me simply because shooting is so prevalent in 40k, and I play very melee aggressive armies in AOS, so I wanted to try something different. So here are the ships. If we look, let me see if I can get this quite right. In the bottom of the box there's all the side cannons and things like that. I think they're all accounted for. Yep, so these will clip onto the back here as guns. Now, taking a look at the actual models themselves. So in the box here is all the attachment weapons and the drones that go in the side hatches here. These guns all come off, so I can kind of change what I want them to be, either because I think it's like the devilfish or it's the whatever the railgun carrier thing is. And all the flight stands are in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, we're good to go. And so I wanted to kind of pause here and take a look at these. So I will say that the gentleman I got them from said, "Oh, I painted it when I was 14, so please, don't judge too harshly." I was like, "I'm not going to judge you. If you're looking at them." At first I was like, oh, that doesn't look so great. But then the more I stared at it, I was like, oh, wait. They just need a wash in these creases. If you just go with a wash and then one highlight color for each of these things, this will look like the perfect classic Tau army. Like, it actually looks really good. If I just consider the fact that someone just did all of the blocking out the base colors for me. There's some missing, paint pieces here or there. But those are largely covered up by the guns and that kind of thing, so I don't fault them too much. But I think these actually turned out really, really well. So let me put my little tanks over here. Tau vehicles have always been really cool models. There's a big one. Okay. And this whole thing came along with the old school Tau book, which I won't spend a lot of time on, but the art is super cool looking. As much as I like the white scheme they've been kind of promoting, I like the classic drab, like, military color. So I will breeze through that later. Up top, we have some partially built fire warriors. I see a lot of legs and torsos, and here's all of the guns and the gun arms. Okay. That's all right. Let me get these little torsos out of here. And then this little thing. Okay. That's in the box. And we'll see what's in here. So we have a whole bunch of... So there's a Kroot guy riding... Sorry, but the light's a little harsh on that one. Kroot guy riding on the back of his mount. I got a base. I got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Looks like crisis suits. Here's a guy with missile launchers for hands. I wonder if he goes with that base. This guy was just like, yeah, take all these containers, all these towels, and all like that. And so this is a whole bunch of broadsides. Now, these are the old metal ones. I know that the Tau models have the crisis, all the suit things have really gone up in quality. But I was looking at them, I was like, honestly, if I do some cool basing stuff, I don't mind these. I really don't mind these at all. And again, same thing was with the ships. All the color blocking is done. It really just needs some washes, and I think they can look pretty cool. I do have to check the base sizes, however, to make sure that they are still legal. So let's see, we got... This guy's missing his feet. Let's see, there's a base with 2 feet on it. Does that go with him? Nope, too close. Here we go. Boom, and maybe not. Okay, so I'm just going to pull them out and I'll count it all up later where it goes where. But that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's all the bits for the guns and that kind of stuff in there. So that's 5 broadsides. These are the old broadsides. So that's awesome. That's some good punch-in power. I do think their bases went bigger, though, with the new ones. And I got one more big old thing here. Let me push these up. Actually, I'm just going to get these ones out of the way. Nothing fun to look at with models on sprue. Okay. And the last big tub is here is a whole bunch of Fire Warriors. And he said there was a few Kroot guys. There's some, looks like a Pathfinder team in here. A metal version. That's kind of cool. I like some of the sculpts in there. And yeah, just a whole bunch of Fire Warriors. Many of them are already painted to that same scale standard. Everyone else's just needs a wash and a highlight. A little bit of cleanup on some of the colors. That's totally fine. Got some extra weapons in here. That'll be good for kit bashing and stuff. It's funny when you look at the older models and you see like the different kinds of plastic they use. Like this looks so much more, I don't know, old. I don't know how else to say it. It just looks old. So, okay. Looks like there's a unit leader. Oh, okay. There's all kinds of stuff. There's some whole bunch of Kroot bits as well. There's a Kroot guy. Didn't realize how tall they were. All right, so that one I'm not going to dig through on camera just because it's just a big box of dudes, right? I mean, that's all it is. It's just infantry. But beneath that infantry, we have 2 piranha kits. Okay, I don't know what that bag is for. Maybe someone resold it to him, or is that supposed to be a resin? I don't know. Interesting. I don't think it's a recast. These are too old before recasters. Okay, so we got the metal drones locked in the side, but it is 2 piranha kits, so that is awesome. I love the piranha. Yep, and there's the drivers in there. There's the riders in there. Sweet. So that gives me, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 vehicles. 5 broadsides. Looks like 4 crisis suits. And a whole bunch of warriors. That's a great little starting army for me. And again, a lot of it's painted, just needs a little bit of cleanup work, which I'm okay with. It's kind of mindless. Doing the washes and the highlights. Honestly, I think a wash would do most of the work, but highlights I would think would be super important as well. Now I know that the broadsides definitely got bigger because now they have the underslung gun, which admittedly looks way cooler. I'm not even going to try and argue that, but this will totally do for a little bit, and we'll get them cranked out. So the idea here is I want to play my Death Guard, which I've already played a few times now for 40k, and I just find I like ranged stuff more. I like the models for the Death Guard, but in 40k specifically, I wanted to try something different. So that's exactly what these guys are all for. My buddy Ben, he still plays Space Marines on 25 mils because he didn't want to rebase, and that's totally fine. And so we'll just ignore base sizes for a little bit, and we'll get cranking on some of these. And I'm excited about this. So I don't know if I'll keep them forever, but I'll certainly hold on to them for a hot minute just to play around and see if I like this play style more. And it should be pretty stinking interesting. So let me see here if there's anything else. I'm just double checking. I don't think so. Awesome. So yeah, hey, listen, if you are a Tau player or you know one who's a really good Tau player, leave in the comments down below what I can do with this whole mess. I believe I have upwards of 30 Fire Warriors in there, so that should be enough to at least like build a basic army for like a 1k game, something like that. And obviously the broadsides are the heavy support options. Crisis suits are like the elite, I believe. And we've got, looks like 2 of these have rail guns, and 2 are more decked out for transportation, I think, is what I'm thinking. So go ahead and let me know what I can do with these, what your thoughts are on them, and just tell me what you'd like to see next for hobby haul stuff. I enjoy these kinds of things just because it's fun. For me, like, part of the hobby is like the buy-sell trade kind of fun. It kind of feels like a flea market type thing, and that's just kind of fun to me. And so this is a cool little project They will not take much work, at least the vehicles. I know that I can resell these because honestly the kits didn't change much, by just cleaning up the paint job, and they'll probably be worth what I got for the whole thing. And then some of the Fire Warriors, they're just kind of classic. So anyway, let me know what I can do with this, and I look forward to reading y'all's comments. Happy wargaming.